I have a lot of old tiger kits. My reviews are kind of outdated by now because I think the last new thing I reviewed was, Jesus, I don't know, 2017 or something like that. So I finally got with the times, and at IPMS Nationals, Squadron's booth or whatever was selling this Tiger One big box, the original one, not the second one, for $69. So I obviously bought it because if you do the math on it, it's like $23 a kit. So I figured it'd be stupid not to. And I'm going to look at these in 3 individual videos, starting with the mid. So we'll look at that now. All right, so this is the mid with Zim. So this would be a replacement in theory for Dragon 6700 if you're looking at it that way. And I had mixed experiences with that kit. I think it was, I don't know, I did something wrong, I think, where this plate, I only ever took this kit to this point because it feels like this was wrong. Like something here just sticks out too far. And I don't know what I did, but I just was like, meh, and then I never finished it. So whatever, I didn't finish it, but that was the only Zim mid in the game. And then now there's this. So let's look at it. I mean, obviously you can see there's a lot in the box. It's encouraging. It looks like we have real decent copper cables, like Eureka. I don't know what these things are. Something. Decals, which look fine. Clear parts, which you need, and PE grills and metal barrel. So already we're beyond what Dragon offers in their mid kits. This is more along the lines of what they offered in their original boxing of the late. Well, with this anyway. It's not pre-formed etch, it's like just the flat etch without the bends. But still, it's pretty good. All right, so instructions. Let's give a quick look. Interesting. So we go fuel tanks and radiators first. And putting them in the hull. Extensions on. Sprockets and wheels. Slightly different than Dragon. And then tracks right away. I'm actually a really big fan of this now. With Lincoln Length, I've done a lot with Tamiya stuff. And I support putting them on this early. I don't care for the separate guide horns going on to the tracks, kind of like Ryfield did. But I'll withhold judgment until I do it. Interesting, they have the C-hook with these separate. You have to drill out a bunch of holes. Okay, so exhaust going on. Separate side plates, like Dragon does. Bow MG. Looks about as complicated as Dragon sub-assembly. I'm going to be comparing this to Dragon a lot, by the way. Front plate. Nothing too interesting to report there. Tools, Well, they've got some interesting hatch stuff here. Kind of like Ryfield's. Tools going on the deck. There's this sun shield thing. It's kind of a gimmicky, weird thing, but we'll see how it pans out. Yeah, I mean, they have this thing for the loader's hatch. That's good. The gun is a little more complex than Dragon's by the look of it. Turrets, they have like a single piece like Dragon, obviously. Seats look a little more complex. It all looks terribly similar, but slightly different, so I'm going to have to build it before I can really judge. Bosch light, muzzle brake looks similar to Dragon's as well. I think that's a bucket or something, which I find terribly gimmicky and silly. Yeah, because then you have like these other accessories, which, I mean, some of the stuff like a muzzle cover and everything, that's great, but logs and stuff were mostly forbidden on Tigers. You'll see occasional shots of that stuff, but it's not the norm. So I kind of hate that. And then we have lovely full color renderings of marking options, which Dragon never did. Off the top of my head, that looks like 101st SS. Yeah, man. Look good. It's overall like a much more modern looking set of instructions than anything Dragon does. The turret shell. And it looks really cool, actually. You got this sort of damage to the Zim here. Like it actually looks much better than Dragon stuff. So it's very encouraging. You see that sort of irregularness. It looks really cool. Next would be the bathtub, like the hull. There's not too much to report since a lot of the texture gets put on these plates later. This one does have the Zimmerit on there, and it looks equally as good as it did previously. I think other people may have mentioned this as well. There should be holes under here, like this. You see that? And that's actually apparently on the real thing. So that should be there, and it isn't. So I think you could get the radiators and the fuel tanks in fine. You don't need that to lock in on the kit because they have witness marks here, but technically it would be correct to have that. Everything else looks, pretty spot on. Double scalloping. Everybody seems to do that these days. Only Tamiya Academy didn't. Good welds around like this thing. Looks pretty good. I guess these are for locking in the torsion bars, which is a plenty good enough idea as long as you're not doing an interior. But yeah, this seems very fit for purpose. So we go 2 of those, and actually there's 4 of these and 2 of these for the tracks. It is going to be long, straight bits and tons of other bending bits. It looks like a headache. And then these are our guide horns, and they are, they seem plenty okay. I mean, there's nothing really to write home about. They technically should be hollow on the inside, but I'm not gonna, dock them points for that. D-sprue is your dish wheels. They look pretty good. They do seem to have Continental instead of Continental, and it's much, much smaller, so it might be actually appropriate for scale. These look pretty good. I think this is a separate rubber for this one. Not really sure what they're doing there. This sprue is T-sprue. It is the, funny that goes that way. Mantlets, there are 3 variations. It looks like a binocular, reinforced, binocular, standard, and monocular reinforced. I would then assume that the Carius kit has a Tiger P mantlet, although this is not one. This is just a standard, not reinforced one. 2 types of Zimmerit on this hatch, a fatter pattern and a thinner pattern. That's the hatch for the cupola. This looks really fine, really nice. That's the armored cover for the ventilator. And that's the bottom of the turret. Yeah, pretty good. Our K&L sprue is jigs for the track, which I have mixed feelings on that. Dragon used to do this sometimes, and they kind of stopped because they obviously had DS tracks. But hull extensions, which these would be on a little separate sprue, probably because they need late extensions for the Carius kit. These are the knockback plates for the tracks and a fire extinguisher. Pretty good. Good welds on here. Our sprue. Turret roof and hull roof. Loader's hatches. this little thing for the engine. We got tools. I know a thing or two about tool clamps. Let's have a look at these. The hull roof, excellent welds. Very fine holes, but not drilled all the way through. It's fascinating why they didn't do that. Like even for the tools, you know, like they're just, do you have to drill those out or what? But we'll find out. Turret roof. Yeah, it seems pretty good. Welds look all right. A little less pronounced on here than they are on the other parts. I don't know what the hell this is. I don't know what a lot of these little things are. This will be interesting because just these little parts right here, I'm not really sure what they are. Sorry if that's in focus. Okay, so these look, to my eye, plenty good. They're open holes, unlike the Takom Panther that I have. Open hole. These look a little more like Type 2 than Type 1, but you can't really tell. But I likely would not replace these. These look a little worse, at least this one does, a little flashy. These ones. Not sure on the placement of those clamps, but this is sprue. It is a gun parts and machine guns, I guess. Yeah, there's the sight for the gun. There's the antenna. That looks really sharp. Fuel tanks, exhaust shrouds, mud guards are not mirrored, which is correct. I think that's a command tube on there, so they may share the sprue with other kits. Spare antenna holder. Snorkel cap right there. Everything looks really fine, really sharp. Can't really discern a whole lot of difference between this and Dragon. That's the money shot. The Zimmerit parts sprue. Bow plate, side plates, you know. All that stuff. Still one piece frickin' mud guards. Then you have to saw them apart like this, which is annoying, but it's doable. But I wish they would stop doing that. It looks like these guys actually put the correct, where there's like two supports where they meet, you know, because there's one on each end and one in the middle, except for on like very early Tigers. So you normally don't see this. And you normally don't see a double one right there. This is cool. The welded on hinges. Those look pretty realistic. Zimmerit looks awesome. That's the thing I'm most impressed with about this kit is the Zimmerit style. Looks really good. Oh, they actually have some interior for the bow plate. That's different. Tops of the radiators. E-sprue, which there's two of. Now we have, by the look of it, swing arms, cable clamps. That's a jig for tracks, I think. Idlers, sprockets, fans, which Dragon, I don't think does. Not like that. And they actually have like this fan thing, which Academy has and Ryfield has, but Dragon does not have. Dragon does this in PE. And C-hook looks a little off to me. A little like overscaled and funny. Tail cable hooks look okay. Sprue is the track change cable, some more antennas. That's another antenna storage thing, but these are the fails antennas, I think. Wire cutters. That's got some funniness to it. What's going on there? You know, that clamp looks terrible. Looks completely out of scale. The handle, it's really all I care about is the handles. Like this one doesn't look that bad, the handle. It seems like they have some quality control issues with their molding as far as like how much flash gets in the middle of these, because this one looks like an old 2010 Dragon clamp. So does this one down here. Looks all right, but like kind of ugh. I don't really like opening them up myself, so me. Jack looks okay. Very pronounced details on there. X sprue is the nose plate with some excellent looking Zimmerit. Some jerry cans, some buckets, which I'm super not into. Some Stahlhelms, which I'm also meh. And then a bow plate without any Zimmerits, which I'm not sure what that's doing in there, but there it is. That's the light holder, I believe. Well, I mean, it looks good, but I don't care about buckets or oil drums, so Y sprue. It's a bunch of stuff that I don't need. Yeah, so the tarp, meh. The sun shield, meh. This I love. If I could get like 50 of these, I would love it. The muzzle cover. I think there's a bow MG cover in here as well. That might be what this guy is. But like the random pieces of wood and sticks and stuff, I don't need that crap. Not for the way I do things. But, I mean, the folds are there. It looks pretty okay. You're going to get tired of seeing that exact fold pattern on everyone that you see, though. What do I think? Pretty impressed, I think. Just based on a quick look, it looks as well molded as Dragon's. It has tracks out of the box that you could use. But it's very interesting, and I know a lot of people have been building these already, so I'm kind of way behind the curve. And to be fair, I don't know when I'm going to get to start it because I'm currently doing a B17 for my son, and then now he got a 1/32 scale F15 that I apparently have to build. He's putting a stash like in front of my stash, like things that I have to build before I can get to my stuff. But I'm very impressed with this. If it was $23, you know, for each kit, I mean, holy crap. Would I recommend these over Dragon if it builds up well? So we will see. I do have a monster stash of Dragon stuff, so I'm kind of hoping that these aren't as good, and I'm sorry it took me over a year. I know there's a second big box out with a Wittmann this and a whatever. This was uber cheap. It's the only reason I was able to get it. So I'll try to build one of these, let people know, because it's not really fair to do a review and not... No, but look at the box art. It's got early tracks. That's super wrong. Anyway, that's it. Okay, bye.